In this video, I want to show you how you can connect reply.io with N8N so you can create custom workflows since there is no native connection in N8N. Now, if you want to create any sort of automations that relate to reply.io, you probably know that you can do that easily with Zapier. But I'm going to show you here how you can do this in N8N so you can avoid Zapier and can create custom workflows, potentially also using AI. Now, some of the common use cases for an automation or a connection like that is, for example, if you run an agency, to be able to document multiple reply client accounts in a centralized way so you can save a ton of time and your account managers can handle way more clients than before. Another one can be to automatically update your database or CRM for your own business if you're using reply.io for your outreach. And the last one is that you can document automatically bounces, and you can also create a workflow to automatically replace those bounces with valid emails in a workflow that I have analyzed in a separate video, which you can watch right here. So let's dive in. So here we are in N8N, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create two webhooks, one for each event. So for the sake of this video, we're going to have responses in general, and we're going to have bounces. So here we have the first webhook. We're going to name it reply bounce, and we're going to make a new one and name it reply response. So now that we have the two webhooks here, I'm going to show you how you can send data directly from Reply to these webhooks. To create this connection between reply.io and N8N, we're going to use the API documentation from within Reply, which is this one. So we have Reply API version 2. The number 1 is webhook subscriptions, and we're going to go to post, add the webhook subscription, which is this one. So I'm going to copy that, and what we're going to do is I'm going to go to N8N. So I'm going to create an HTTP request. This is going to be post, and I know that because I can see here it says post, and here I'm going to paste in the URL the URL that I see here, this one. So for that, I'm going to go to send headers, and to know what to put here, I go here to the API documentation and I go scroll down to see the headers, and I see that I want these two. So the first one is going to be content type. I paste it here. It's application JSON. I copy that, I paste it here. I add another one. The other one is X API key. I paste it here, and here I need the API key. Now to get the API key, I have to go to my reply account, and from here I want to go into settings and then API key. Here all I need to do is copy the API key, and then here I'm going to paste it right here in the value. Now the next one is going to be to send a body. Now for the body, what I'm going to need is a JSON, which I can find here in the API documentation. So I'm going to copy that until here, and I'm going to paste it right here. Let me fix this real quick. So I don't need this one. And now you see it should be good because there's no error here. Okay. So here, this is for email replied, as you can see here, and this URL, we have to replace it with the webhook that we created. So for that, I'm going to go here, I'm going to get the reply response, and I'm going to copy the production URL from here, and I'm going to paste it right here. Okay, so we have email replied, include email URL false, and include prospect custom fields true. That's as it should be. Okay, and then from here all I have to do is basically add a manual trigger here. So manual trigger, I'm gonna add it in the front here so I can run this little execution. So let me run it. So it worked. So we have now our ID for the webhook we just created to make this connection between reply and N8N. And what we need now is to do the same for bounces. So we're going to get the reply bounce URL, the production URL here, and I'm going to paste it right here. Okay, we replace the URL, and here the event should be email bounce for the bounce URL. Okay, so now we're going to do the same. We're going to run the automation. Okay, perfect. So now we have the new ID. So what we have done now is we have created the connection between reply and N8N. So any bounce we have now or any response, we're going to get the payload right here and here. So from here you can send your data anywhere you like, whether it's some database or CRM, for example in ClickUp or money.com, or some Google Sheet you're using or anything, Or if you have like a reply response, maybe you want to update your leads in your database, in your CRM, you're going to get them from cold to warm. You can do a lot of cool stuff here using this automation, which can save you a ton of time, especially if you're running an agency and you're managing multiple accounts in reply. Now, to validate that I have these webhooks created properly, I can use another one here in webhooks to get all the webhooks that I have. So list all webhook subscriptions. So here I'm going to use this one, which is again get. So I'm going to go here. Okay, so I'm going to copy paste this HTTP request. So here I'm going to get this link, okay, which is this one. Actually, it's the same, but it's a get request, not a post. This is a difference here. And I'm going to see here, all we need is the API key. So we are here. We don't need this one, even though I don't think it will change anything. And we don't need the body of the HTTP request. I'm going to connect this one here. And if I run it, I should get 2 results here. There we are, 2 items. So we have the 2 IDs. You see here, the event is email bounce and email replied. We have the webhook URL here, and everything is here for when we created this webhook. And now I'm going to show you what is the payload you will get when you get a bounced email or an email response from your reply campaigns. Now, to show you how this payload will look like when you get an actual bounce, I have here some mockup data. Okay, so we have here the headers. We have here the email that bounced. Okay, this is the email that we have the email account in reply, and here's the email from the lead that we have, the name, first name, last name, the full name, the company name, and so on and so forth. Now, the cool thing from here is that you can send this data to your CRM, whatever you're using. For example, if you have ClickUp or some Google Sheet, right? So you can use the email to get the row. Okay, so this is what I would do. I would use the email to get the row from my CRM. Now, I don't use it here, and I don't have this like a test email, so I can't really test this. And from there, you can update your CRM however you like, if you have some status, or you want to just keep track of what's happening in your email campaigns, right? And lastly, to show you the payload that you will get in the event of a reply from reply.io is here we have some mockup data again. Now here you can see the email that sent us the response in our email campaign, but the issue here is that we don't have the context of the email response that we got. And if we want that, we would have to create another HTTP request here after the reply response. So for that, we're going to go again into the reply API documentation, and we're going to go to reports, and here we're going to select the get content of the email message. So this is the URL that we need. We're going to copy that. We're going to go here, paste it here, and here in the email message ID, we want to delete that. We're going to get the reply message ID, which is this one. I'm going to put it here. And from there, we're going to see what else we need. We need the X API key, like before. So we're going to go send headers. Oops, not this one. We're going to get the, copy that, X API key. Here we're going to paste the API again. Let's take it from here. And now we should be good. So when we run a test, we should get the email body here in this HTTP request, which I can name get email content. And from there again, as I said before, we can create whatever workflow we like to send this data wherever we want, whether that's a CRM, a database, or we can just monitor the type of responses that we get from our campaigns and just do something with it, like just some data, get some data, and that will be it. So that was everything about this video, and if you found it helpful, give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.